Hey, how's it going? This is Drew here from California, here to talk to you about Confucianism. Let me start off by saying if you do hear any random interjections or jingling noises, just know it's my dog running around here. We're living in our apartment out here in Pacifica. So to start off, Confucianism was created by a gentleman named Confucius during 500 BC. Played an important role in the forming of the Chinese character and the behavior and the way of living that's primary focus is on achieving harmony and social value. So with that being said, Confucianism strongly emphasizes mercy, social order, fulfillment of responsibilities, right? So if we were to break that down into three things like life and death or sacred writings, teachings and such, or even some of the rituals practiced. So if we were talking about rituals and things like that, let's bring it into to things we know today, like say marriage. So if you take a Confucian wedding and a U.S. normal American wedding, you would see there's a lot of similarities. Yet in most cultures, there's a lot of things different. So for the actual Chinese culture and the Confucian beliefs, there's a proposal, there's an engagement, and then there's a marriage and reception. Yet what's different is there's some traditional things that apply, like the bride's family would, upon proposal, would give their official acceptance to the young gentleman who decided to propose to this young lady. That or there'd be invitations that are formally given out to people and real ornate and real formal in their nature. There's a gift with moon-shaped cookies at the reception that is very symbolic to the Confucian way. Now, another thing other than just weddings is normally it's like birthdays. It's has to deal with coming of age. So let's just go through some of the rituals when you come of age. So say if you're a young adult. So say if a child reaches young adulthood right around 15 years old, you get more responsibilities, more expectations in your household. It's not really like out there in the open where you say, hey, you're a young adult, you go do what you got to do. It's really centralized in your household and how you conduct yourself with your family. So let's just say you go and reach an age of independence, which in the Confucian eyes, this is going to be at the age of 30. That's when you're truly independent, when you have people out here in America who say, hey, you know what, I'm 16 or I'm 18 and I'm independent and I want to do what I want to do. So say if you reach the age of 30, you're expected to have an established lifestyle already at the age of 30. Your family, your career, and you are self-searching still, but you're getting to where you want to be with being in harmony and achieving harmony. So your mental maturity is going to be at the age of 50. And that's when you're expected to be mature and define as oneself. And now your spiritual maturity is also going to be at the age of 50, when your real life is considered to begin, basically is what the Confucian way is. So this is going to be when a person is expected to have their own answers to lifelong questions, like where did I come from, or what am I supposed to do in life. Now your age of acceptance is going to come at the age of 60, and that's your spiritual maturity has already been reached, and now you're getting close to accepting why you're here and what your harmony is based on. And then your unification age is going to be the age of 70. That's your acceptance with yourself, with your peace, with your harmony, and truly achieving your balance. Now with that being said, that kind of covers some of the rituals. Not a lot, there's tons more, but that's only a small bit. So if we were to go into talking about a really dark topic, it's going to be life and death. So if we were to take that into account, I'm just checking on my dog, but if we were to take that into account, talking about life, birth is considered one of the biggest accomplishments for a human being and for anyone who's looking to start a family. So birth for Confucianists is considered to be the creative life form. And that's almost like a symbolic link between the chain of existence from your ancestors to the present. So when a child is either conceived or being born, it is in the Confucian way of thinking, that is the link from my ancestors to us now, is this new child. And so with that being said, when we're talking about death is also very important to the Confucian way. A Confucian funeral is very spiritual and respectful, just like any funeral really is. Yet there's different traditions and ways that they do things, like symbolic things are always presented, such as a willow branch that signifies a person's soul. And there's different things that will actually happen in the ritual itself to make it special for that person. But it's also always very spiritual and always very, very, very focalized on whoever that person was and that family link. Now, going from life and death and the spiritual channels of life and death, we're going to go into some of the sacred writings and teachings. So one of the first ones is the 4 books and the 5 classics. Now, the 4 books are the Chinese classic texts that illustrate the core values and belief systems of the Confucianism way. And the 5 classics are the 5 pre-Qin Chinese books that form part of the traditional Confucian canon. Sorry, this little guy's bugging over here. He loves to say hi to everyone. So what that 4 books and 5 classics consist of are some of the ancient teachings that even Confucius himself helped compose and actually helped build China as their spiritual guidance and their achievement of true harmony. Now, from those 4 books and 5 classics, you have something called the family value and the 5 cardinal relations. Now, those 5 cardinal relations are the sovereign and the subject, the father and son, the elder and the young brother, the husband and wife, and the friend to friend. And those are just all relations that are going to be every day that are expected for you to have those kind of relations and to be able to just say, you know what, you're my friend, I'm your friend, we are going to be best friends from here on out. Or your father and son, you're also going to respect your father, be who you want to be, sorry about that, be the son that you need to be, and be the father that you need to be to each other. And those family values is super strong in the Confucian belief. So the family values is the center, really comes before the individual. So that should be your center thinking. The father is the undisputed leader of the family, but then on, everyone works together. So with that being said, the father is just only there to be the leader and to make the decisions when it comes to what kind of financial needs do we need, or what kind of house are we going to need if we're going to keep adding family members to our family. But as a whole, that is the biggest thing that can be. Your family is going to be everything to you, and your family should mean everything to you. Now, to wrap everything up, because I don't want to sit here and talk on and on and on and on about the immense research that I've done, just in conclusion, Confucian's teachings and ideals can give a clear picture to the actual proper way to achieve harmony. And it's crazy to think, but the way life and death is taught, it can truly link some answers and some questions that even I've had and some other people may have had over the time, just to say, you know, why is it such a big deal? Or why is this? Why is that? Why does this happen? Why do people do this in funerals? Or why do people do that for a childbirth? And some of the rituals that they have, you know, may be some similar to what we practice today in our cultures, but they have their own unique aspects that make them truly, truly special for the person who is going through those rituals. Maybe marriage, maybe the coming of age, but either way, it's still very unique to that individual. It makes it really special for them. And with all that being said, that's going to be the short little excerpt about Confucianism and how it came to be and what actually is so important about it. So I thank you for listening, and signing off from me and my little guy right here. We'll see you next time.